I'd like to say congratulations to David Cameron for winning the 2015 general election in Great Britain and the United Kingdom. God bless the people of Great Britain and the United Kingdom, and excellent work, David Cameron, for staying in at number 10 Downing Street. You work very, very hard as a Prime Minister, and keep up the great work, David Cameron, and God bless you, and God bless the Conservative Party for the great work you're doing in England, Great Britain and the United Kingdom, and God bless the people of Great Britain. Excellent work. The general election 2015, it was great to support David Cameron winning the general election, and we're in hands of a great Prime Minister now, so excellent work. And I wish you all the best, David Cameron, looking after the people of Great Britain and the United Kingdom. I'd like to say a bit about human life now, about kind of how a baby is created in the world through genetics of a man and a woman. A man and a woman creates a baby through DNA and genetics and stuff, And God created the land, the sea, the ocean, and the world. Okay. We're all one generation. So basically, like times, years, time is always changing and stuff. It's to do with the future, basically. Like in the 90s, you used to have Betamax videos, VHS videos, vinyl and cassette tapes. Now we're in the World Wide Web with Facebook and Twitter. So the world is evolving, I honestly believe as human beings we come into the world on our own through creation of our parents and God, and we leave the world on our own, So sometimes people say in life, I don't want to grow up, and I don't want to be on my own, blah blah blah. But I honestly believe, we are brought into the world on our own as human beings through our parents, and when we leave the world, we leave on our own. I know where I've been very, very ill. I know at the times the only person who's in my life is God, So basically, when I'm very ill, when I've been critically ill in a bad way, it wasn't about my parents and my friends being around. It was about my relationship with God, and knowing that I was in God's hands. And when my time's up, I give my life to God, and my time's up, But in life, at the end of the day, say a man and woman meet in a bar or in a workplace. They get together from the age of 20, 25 onwards, and they create a human life, a baby. And maybe the man and woman get together, and maybe they get married, or they have a family, and they create other brothers and sisters, for the baby through genetic DNA. Like 50% of the DNA is the man's DNA, 50% of the DNA is the lady's DNA, and stuff like that. So that creates a family, and creates brothers and sisters and siblings, But definitely in life, at the end of the day, when people get together and say, that's my mum, that's my dad, your mum and dad kind of met at the age of 20 or 25 in a bar or in a restaurant or in the workplace, and they got together, and that's how they created human life, with God's help and blessing as well, of course. So I'm just like to say, at the end of the day, when you're born in the world, your mum and dad kind of, they create you through human DNA with God's help. And when you leave the world, you leave on your own. I know when I've been very, very ill in life, and it didn't matter about my mum and dad or my friends being around. It mattered about me and my relationship with God, and God looking out for me and looking after my future. So God bless, and remember in life, the world is evolving. So 200 years ago in London, there were horse and carts. Now there's cars with sat-navs. Another 200 years down the line, the future's going to change, just like from the 90s to 2015, in the 90s it was vinyl and cassette tapes, VHS videos. Now we're with the internet. So the world is constantly evolving, the world is constantly changing, okay? So another 100 years from now or 200 years from now, we're not going to be around, but the world's going to be in a different place, with later technology, or the world's evolving. So just remember in life, with human birth, it's sort of made out of genetics of two people, your mum and your father, and that's like 50% genetic DNA from your mother, 50% genetic DNA from your father, which creates human life. But when you're born in the world, you're born on your own path as a human. You kind of like branch out from the age of 18, 20, you kind of go your own way and do your own thing in life. So you kind of leave the family nest and you become independent and do your own thing. I kind of think travelling around the world has been good for me, going to different places in the world, seeing different cultures, because it's made me open my eyes to the world and how the world works and stuff. But I'd like to say God bless, And congratulations, David Cameron, on winning the general election of 2015, and God bless the people of Great Britain. Love, world peace, God bless you, DJ Talent.